Hey darlings, today I want to talk about how my brain is a very interesting place. And a few days ago, before my partner and I talked to decide to break up, I have been wondering what to do. And I prayed about it. I said, hey, God, can you give me a sign on what to do? And immediately after that, I heard, dump his ass, in the voice of this fellow who was on TikTok that has little videos that usually go something along the lines of, wait a minute, I'm getting a sense that you're not realizing what a delightful, perfect, wonderful specimen of a woman that you are. And if anyone is making you feel less than, like a man, dump his ass. And I was thinking after I heard that, is God this exuberant TikTok person? Is it the universe telling me what I need to know? Is it my own subconscious filling it in because I watch too much TikTok, apparently? But it was just an interesting little thing that I was thinking about. I'm like, where did that come from? Because I feel like it steered me in the right direction. But after my partner and I broke up, new insecurities have come forth. And I was hoping that I had healed some of the thoughts and limiting beliefs. But they are still there, apparently. And they've been interesting to work through. And I've been trying to figure out what all is going on. And I realized part of it is because I feel on edge and vulnerable, kind of naked. Because my ex-partner and I were basically primary partners. And we tried not to do hierarchical poly, but it's difficult if you already have an established relationship. So it was like my primary partner. And then I was dating my other partner, who was like my secondary partner. And he has a primary partner. And so when I had my ex-partner, it felt pretty even because I had a person that was like the person I was supposed to walk through life with. That was supposed to be my life journey buddy. And now without that, I feel kind of adrift, kind of disposable, expendable. And I don't know why or where that thought came from. But suddenly just not having almost a safety net makes me feel a little bit more nervous. And again, I was still trying to figure out why, because nothing has changed with my partner. Everything's still awesome. And the only thing is I have more freedom and other good things. But yeah, nothing has changed. And so I was like, why am I having these thoughts? And so I'm pondering. And then this morning, a random snippet of a song comes in my head. And I was thinking, is this important? Is this another weird subconscious universe God thing? And I was trying to figure out what the song was. I knew it was an ABBA song. And I don't listen to ABBA on the regular at all. And so I looked up the song from the snippet that was in my head and listened to it, read the lyrics. I was thinking, oh, brain, I hope that's not what you're feeling, because that's not the healthiest. And the song is something along the lines of like, don't go wasting your emotions, lay all your love on me. It's basically like a give me the love. All of your love belong to me. And I was thinking that's very not poly and not great. And I was trying to really, again, dig into it because I don't expect all the love. And so I was like, well, wow, what's going on? And I realized that in my last relationship, I felt like I was giving a lot of love for a long time and not getting it back in the same amount. So my ex-partner had his moments when he was super loving. He was really great at appreciation stuff. So the thank you for doing the dishes, thank you for getting groceries. I really appreciate how you keep the house clean. That stuff, like I thrive off of that stuff. And then he'd be like, oh, you're so beautiful and I love you and all these different things. But then he would have these moments that would just tear all of that apart, where he'd be really upset about really small things that he would not be upset about other times. So it was kind of a feeling of walking on eggshells because I never knew what to expect. And in those moments, it felt like he hated me. And so I felt like I was giving all this consistent love and being kind like 99.9% of the time. I feel like I maybe snipped at him twice in 5 years, like the tiniest of snips, and got hundreds of or thousands of snips back. And so it was that sense of, I've given you all of this and then I've gotten not an equal amount back, or it's been very like wobbly. And then with the next thing I had with a person, it was again the feeling I'm giving all of this love, just so much of myself, like pouring myself onto them, and then it wasn't enough, and they never wanted me that way, and picked someone else that yeah, and that was really hurtful, to be like, here's all this love, and to only get a fraction in return, and then to rejection too, just no thanks. So I think that's been my fear of, now that I don't have a backup person, will I try to give more of myself than I should and then not get whatever amount in return because of just how everything is set up? Because I'm not a primary partner, and that's okay. But there is that sudden insecurity of, I'm adrift. I'm just floating out here. And that the feeling of not being a priority, which is fine. Like, that's just how it is. But there's this insecurity that comes along with that, this feeling of, like I said, being disposable. Dispendable? Words are interesting. But just that sense and that fear. And I don't know why I have that fear, because absolutely nothing has happened to make me feel that way. Everything's been really good. But the only thing is, once I kind of started to have a little bit of that fear, there was a date that was canceled for spending more time with, his person. And so my brain was like, see, it's already starting. I was like, Brian, calm it down. It's okay. Like, this is a very valid thing. You're fine. And then we did reschedule. So everything was okay, but my brain did take that one moment of like, it's happening. And because I have that sudden fear, my brain is also like, bail out, like a picture us driving along in a little car, and then I'm just like, tuck and roll, run away. And I don't know why, because everything is really good. And so sometimes I wonder if my brain just is scared of things that are going well. And one of my new mantras that I've been trying to tell myself is, I'm allowed to enjoy life. Because for a very long time I didn't, and it feels like I have been. And so I think it's my brain just been like, whoa, this is too different. No, why are you so happy? Panic. So I've been really working on rewinding that, and also dealing with that feeling of feeling small and insignificant. Because I think it came from when I was a kid, and I would feel invisible and not important, and I would just kind of blend into the background. And now that I feel like at the little kids table. I don't know why, because it's something I'm doing to myself. I don't need to do that. I don't need to be at the little kids table. So I have a lot to work on, but I'm feeling positive that I know what to work on, and I'm feeling positive that I can work through these emotions, and that I can also be okay with them. I can accept them and be like, hey, these are human emotions. Because before I would just rip myself apart for having them. But what is wrong with you? You're a terrible poly person. You need to go sit in the corner forever. Now I can be like, they're thoughts and feelings. And as long as I address them and I work through them and I don't act on them, everything's okay. So it's a little tiring. It's a little hard. But I know that I can do it, and I'm really excited to work on these issues and to address them and hopefully change them, because once I root them out, things will be so much better. And I also am fighting the impulse to try to find a primary partner, because there's part of me that's like, oh, that would fix it. That would make it better. You'd be fine then. And it's like, no, that would just be a band-aid. That would not actually fix it. So I'm just going to work on me. And I also worry that because, there's a spectrum of how much people need people. So there's people who are super independent and really don't need people a lot. And there's people who are a little bit more dependent on people. And I'm more on that side. So part of me is like, will I be okay with only a twice a day or 2 days out of a week relationship? And yeah, I have a ton of friends. I have a whole bunch of really awesome people in my life, and I can hang out with them. And then if something organically happens, that would be fine. But for now, I'm satisfied, and I really just want to get to know myself better, to be my own primary partner, to be my own soulmate. Just listen to all the Lizzo, all the time, all the female empowerment. I need all of it. But yeah, I want to work on myself, and I'm excited to do that. I'm scared, but it's important. I'm going to do it. Okay, bye.